Boys, girls, both of you, we got some wow motherfucking news. I'm about to pour it all over my fucking head. It's been 6 days since Hydration Nation. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tello. Back to you with World of Warcraft motherfucking news. I'm hyped. I hope you guys been good. Hope everybody's been chilling. All right? How y'all been? Let's talk real quick. How are you? I miss you. And I hope everybody's doing well. Hoping not everybody's sleeping to 3, 4, 5 in the fucking morning like I am. However, that's besides the point. And also, in other news, my car almost is breaking down. Gotta fix it tomorrow. In other news, I'm gonna fucking jump off the GW. Who the fuck knows? However, no. Not jumping off. We're staying here. The only thing I'm jumping off is into Stranglethorn. We're jumping off the Duskwood Bridge into Stranglethorn. We're going sneaking in from the Westfall into Stranglethorn, okay? And if we gotta come in from Booty Bay, we'll hit it from the back. Hey, yo, pause. Pause. Settle. Yo, get the fuck out my face. Let's. Oh, wrong category. Wrong category. We're looking at the wrong thing. Why is it showing 300 layers of zooms? Oh no. Oh wait, because it's looking at the wrong. It's looking at the wrong thing. Oh, whoopsies. Sorry guys. Wrong screen. I was looking at my Discord. You know how it be. No editing. People are texting me. This whole video is a mess. Cut the video. Cut the video, I say. However, guys, Wowhead has a major news. Major news. Major stuff we got to talk about, all right? I don't even know where to start, but we're going to start from the beginning, all right? And maybe we can, let's fix the camera angle right here. Oop, look, I'm messing it up already. It's not a televideo if there's not issues, right? It's not a televideo if there's not issues. Let's put the camera a little bit up here so we can, like, read everything. Or, you know what? I could just leave it as it is, and then we could just go from there. It's up to you. What do you guys think? You guys think I should just leave in the fuck up parts? Yeah, I'll leave in the fuck up parts, and I'll just read it, all right? Deal with it, motherfuckers. Deal with it. Anyways. Blizzard has released their official preview of what season of Discovery Phase 2 is going to be like. There's a lot of deep news in here. We're going to talk about it all, go over the thoughts. This might be a longer video, so stick around, buckle up, get some Hot Pockets, get the bagel rolls, eat some Chinese food, get the pizza, whatever you got to do, get some drinks, soda, whatever. No alcohol, no smoking, chill out, only a little weed, not too much. However, Blizzard, let's start. Sit down with the World of Warcraft Classic team designers to explore more of what Season of Discovery Phase 2 has in store for you. We will take you through new raid information, dungeons, rune abilities, PvP, profession updates, and more. Profession updates. With this preview, we want to take a moment to get ahead of the PTR since, like the previous Classic PTR, the content for Season of Discovery Phase 2 will not actually be available to play. We also want to help assuage any incorrect assumptions from data mining that may occur, as the PTR also holds some data that could be misleading. It's experimental and is meant for later phases, or even are items that did not make the cut. Join the WoW Classic development team members, game producer Lillian Cook, Saralene, the assistants, basically all these people here, okay? Alright, Josh Green, Norella Valletta, Anna Resendez, all their engineers and stuff like that that work on the game and the game producers, alright? So let's get on to the juicy details. Please, I know, tell us, shut the fuck up, I get it. So, look at the raid Gnomer. Dunmerel, level 40, raid size 10, 6 bosses. Much like BFD in Phase 2, Gnomer will be a 10-player raid. Dungeon consists of 6 bosses, which includes 1 additional new boss. Each of the previous 5 bosses have redesigned to present new challenges within the raid dungeon. The dungeon will also introduce a new world buff. There will be a variety of new items and rewards, with even more epic rewards for additional sources beyond the last 2 bosses of the dungeon. There will also be new class sets to acquire and quest rewards adjusted for level 40 players. Players will also be able to undertake a new profession quest chain, leading to new materials players can use to craft more powerful items. A comprehension for both leading edge players and more casual players. The raid dungeon will become available within the launch, with the launch of Season of Discovery Phase 2, but there will be 2 lockouts on the normal weekly lockout timer and the start of the phase. This means the first raid resets will occur on the 13th, and the second will occur on the 20th, with the regularly scheduled maintenance that they normally have. This will allow for lead edging players or edge players to get to level 40 and start their hunt and raid dungeon right away, but also minimize the number of lockouts missed for those who level more slowly. I understand. I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to want to either take their time with the raid, or they're going to want to, you know, speed run the raid right away, right? Like there's gonna be your world first people, but the majority of the servers are going to be people just taking their time, pacing, and leveling up with phase 2 and getting into the raid. Me and my guild, we're going to be trying to get to 40 as quick as possible, but we're not going to try to burn ourselves out at the same time. We're casuals, you know, but at the same time, we're gonna try to make that lockout. That's how me and my guild already approach this. We have some people locked in, ready to go. And I'm pretty excited about it. What about you guys? What do you guys think? Do you have people locked in, ready to go? We'll probably do this some timestamps in the video too. I'll make some timestamps. This will be in categorizations if you want to skip ahead to the video and go through certain things as well before we continue. So starting with 1, boss updates. You'll find some changes to the boss areas within the dungeon, affording new challenges for players to overcome. Here are some examples of what you may find within. Grubus, which this area kind of looks different now. Grubus new radiation vents may just come into play in this encounter. Crowd Plumber 960. The boss has moved to a new part of the dungeon where your encounter will occur on a raised platform before a crowd. Very interesting. And Mechic near Thermoplug now has new mechanical suits as a part of his arsenal. Wow. Let's look at the new loot. We place a few nods to older items that were previously staples in the dungeon. Items such as the automatic crowd pummeler will allow players to pick up just one of these items to reuse over and over as a quality of life improvement. Please note all these examples are work in progress and may not reflect the final item stats. So we got Bonk Master's Handguards, 84 armor, some fists, maces, stat improvements, +5 to both. Domesticated Attack Chicken. Release your domesticated attack chicken that will fight for you for 1.50 minute or a minute and 50 or until defeated. Oh, wow. So people are going to be able to have access to a pet? Oh, we already saw what happened with that in BFD phase 1. I mean, they had to fix the whole logs because pets were smacking. But then again, that mechanical Grinch was level 60 or level 50 or something of that nature. But people are still using the Fellhound pet you can get from Duskwood and other pets, in general. But regardless of that, that seems pretty cool. Mechanical Strider Muffler. It's a mace, 16 attack power. It's a one-hander plus 7 stam. Really nice. Wardrow's Hardened Core, 7 stam. Some resistance-based item, a trinket. So this is another trinket. Increase your dodge by 1. Increase your armor by 1,000, but movement speed is reduced by 60%. Effect cannot be removed. Lasts for 10 seconds. That is crazy. What? What? That is kind of nutty, actually. I think this is a really good PvE trinket, low-key. I mean, maybe even in PvP, like if you're going like a crazy tank build, I mean, I don't know, but I think this is a really good PvE fucking trinket. What do you guys think? Is this a little nutty right here? By 1,000, especially with like a tank that's already heavy armor topped with the new gear, especially getting access to plate at level 40. Whew, that sounds nuts. Because you gotta think about it, like especially like with paladins too, with the Devo aura stack, like I don't know, that sounds kind of nutty. Anyways. Main hand mace. Increase healing done by spells and effects up to 20. That's really cool. Automatic crowd pummeler. Increase 69 attack power in cat bear or dire bear forms. Use. Increase your auto attack speed, or basically your attack speed, by 50% for 30 seconds. This is a really good druid weapon. I think this is druid prio first, for sure. Instead of paladin prio. But the only thing I don't like about this weapon is how fast the mace is. But overall, this is a weapon that paladins or druids or shamans can use too, right? It's a two-hand as well. The Necronomicon. Held in offhand. 2 intellect, 2 spirit, 3 shadow resistance. Increased damage and healing done by 14. For spell effects, it's pretty cool. Additional items. We also tucked in some fun items into the raid dungeon. Transfigures the caster into a trog. 30-minute cooldown. Love it. You gotta love the transmogs. Arigari. How do you even know how to pronounce that? Arigariars? Arigariars. Yeah. Whimscale World Warper. Where could this device possibly take? Oh, well, who cares? 4-hour cooldown. What the fuck? I have no idea what that's about. And then a 1-armor purple item, cloth. The words deal with it are etched into the side. Very interesting. I'm getting at like they're gonna be doing a lot more interesting things with like their lore and quests this time around, because this season has a lot to do with like the blood-based event with Stranglethorn, and also like where they're taking their story with like how classic sod is basically going down. Like there's a whole lore series I think that Belior covered on his channel. You could check it out there for sure. I'm not too deep into the lore, but it seems that a lot of these like like the shard and stuff like that, there's reasons behind these items. If any of you guys are lore Andes and lore experts, comment below. We'll talk about it. It seems really intriguing, though. But what I'm basically getting at is a lot of these new purple pieces that are coming upon have some lore written to them, so it seems pretty intriguing. I'm interested to see what what the item leads up to is what I'm trying to say. Item sets. To help players get additional access to additional pieces they're having difficulty collecting, there will be more armor piece and token drops, allowing any player to use them to pick up additional set pieces that may be missing. For example, if you have boots have been eluding you, you can use a boot armor token to purchase them from a vendor. Wow. Wow, interesting. Okay, so we're introducing easier ways to get loot. Hazard leg plates, big juicy leg plates. Look at those stats right there. Paladin written all over it. Cloth, very juicy cloth set. Ooh, chance to increase spell cast, increase your damage and healing up to 40 for 10. Oh my gosh, this is nice. These are really nice caster cloth. And then we got mail. Restore mana, 4 mana per second. Increase your chance to get a critical melee range attack by 1%. 24 attack power. Attacks have a 5% chance of restoring 100 mana. Interesting. And then power depleted boots, soulbound. They didn't really show much of this. All right. Dungeon updates. Ooh. We're seeing some juicy stuff. I see the paladin's names already written in red. Season of Discovery Phase 2 will also have new skill books added as a part of the 5-player dungeon drops from various creatures. These quality of life improvements will not take a rune slot and help to address things such as short aura durations for paladin blessings, totem control for shaman, and even part of manipulating combo points for rogues that these target areas are on, and more. Here are just a few examples. I like this. This is what I'm talking about. Holy shit. Sorry, the video cut off for a second, but back into it. My OBS has been acting up. Things are not working my way. I might have to punch the PC at this point. My bad, guys. Forgive me for the mistakes. Anywho, what I was saying about this is really dope. This is really cool because the quality of life updates, having the abilities for shamans to be able to recall their totems, paladins to not have to spam Blessing of Wisdom, Blessing of Might every 5 fucking minutes, and rogues being able to use their combo points on multiple ads. This is the quality of things I've been wanting to see. Now, these are only in dungeons, as what they're saying. This is not to seem to be something maybe in PvP. I'm not too sure, but maybe it is. I can't make the answer on that yet until we see what they do with it. But if this is something that they're planning to do just outside of dungeon and just in general, this is beautiful. However, at the end of the day, I'm very excited for them to add these to all 3 of these classes, much deserved classes to have the QOL updates, because especially me, your boy Paladin, I don't want to have to keep every 5 blessing, like I'm throwing fucking Ken uppercuts from SF6. You know what I mean? Let's chill down, all right? Like, settle down, all right? Besides that, rune ability updates. We want to provide everyone with a sneak peek of just some new runes. So this is just a sneak peek that they will be able to discover as they continue level up to 40. Paladins. Oh, I'd love to see it. Sheaf of Light will cause damage dealt with your melee weapon to also increase your spell power. Ooh, the spell power build. It would also include your critical heals to apply additional heal over time on the target. Okay, so this is some justice. I like this because this is more like, obviously more damage on the ret side. But this is really nice because this is also helping out Holy Paladins, giving them more variety in the kit. I like this. And this is a belt rune. Very interesting. Because, obviously, Holy Paladins, I think normally are the best healer come endgame overall on the top end. And obviously, earlier versions of WoW besides SOD. Like Vanilla, Classic WoW, right? But I think, besides priests, Holy Paladins and priests are the top healers, and giving more, things to do with the Holy Paladin is very nice. I like to see Holy Paladin shine. Guarded by the Light will cause your melee weapon hits to restore mana over time. However, the amount healed by Flash of Light, Holy Light, and Holy Shot will reduce it by half. Interesting. That seems very intriguing. And this is on the boots. This is on the boot rune. Wow. I mean, I like this. I think this is very cool. Definitely really, really dope. And I think this type of rune you would able to negate the negatives of it if you're just getting healed by a resto druid, you know, just getting hit by wild growth and stuff like that. So this is a very interesting ability. I mean, getting more mana overall is really nice on top of Crusader Strike using with Guarded by Light. So you probably would just be regenning mana like a mofo. Very interesting, very interesting. Hunter Runes. Melee Specialist is a passive ability which will reduce the cooldown of Raptor Strike, causes its trigger to trigger instantly, and each use of Raptor Strike has a chance to not trigger its cooldown. Melee Specialist will also remove the cooldown of Mongoose Bite. Wow. A Raptor Strike cooldown is reduced to 3 seconds and now is instant. Mongoose Bite cooldown removed, and Raptor Strike has a 30% chance on each attack to not trigger its cooldown. Trap Launcher allows you to place trap at any location within 40 yards and allows you to place your traps while in combat. Additionally, your fire-based and frost-based traps have separate shared cooldowns. Wow. So not only is it's giving hints at they want to go down the hunter melee, fantasy down the line, maybe even past phase 2 or even within phase 2 because they didn't this is just a sneak peek, but they're giving flexibility to the hunters to be able to place their traps in and out of combat. That's kind of fucking nutty. And it kind of makes sense. You should be able to do that, right? But to have separate cooldowns, wow. Now you could really play around your traps. Uh that's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. The trap launcher sounds a little bit more scary than the melee specialist. Especially like for marksman hunters in PvP in general. But for PvE and stuff like that, who knows? Maybe they can do different things with assigning how much things trigger or do damage or have cooldown in PvE separate from PvP. That's something they would have to address though. Warrior Runes. Rallying Cry is a defensive ability which can be activated to increase health of all party and raid members within 40 yards. Okay, so 15% increased maximum health for 10 seconds. Interesting. All right, that's nice. I mean, didn't we see Rallying Cry before? Is this not really brand new? I think we've had that. Um, but correct me if I'm wrong. Blood Surge, not in classic, but I remember didn't we have like Rallying Cry going into like TBC or RAF? I forgot. Warrior mains, let me know. Let me know again. And I'm a warrior main. I should know this. Blood Surge, give some of your abilities a chance. Um, give some of your abilities a chance to make your next slam instant and cost no rage. Wow. Heroic Strike, Bloodthirst, and Whirlwind have a 30% chance to make your next slam within 15 seconds instant and cost and no rage. I mean, these seem pretty okay. Both of these runes. I don't think they're as impressive as everything else I've been seeing so far. They're not bad. But I'm sure there's probably more stuff in the works for them. And I should know about Rallying Cry because I played Warrior all throughout fucking classic era TPC and RAF. So I'm having a brain fart, all right? I've had a long day. Give me a break, guys. Rogue runes. I don't see Phantom Knives. Let's move on. No. All right. Besides that, I hope you guys get that. But use Shuriken Toss. Throw a Shuriken at your enemy, dealing damage to your target and up to 4 additional nearby enemies. Interesting. And the damage equal to 25% of your attack power strikes up to 4 nearby targets. Ooh, wards 1 combo point. On top of the fact that your combo points stack across all enemies now. This might be good. This might be good. Hold up. Is the rogue tank dream not dead? Is the rogue tank dream not dead, I say? Are rogue tanks actually going to make a fucking appearance in Phase 2? I'm very intrigued. This seems like an interesting ability. Wow, depending on the cooldown. They didn't really show the cooldown, but that seems pretty fun. Master of Subtlety, or Subtlety, Subtlety. Somebody say it right for me. I'm going to flip out. Causes attacks made while stealth, and for a short period of time after exiting stealth to cause additional damage. So basically, attacks made while stealth and for 6 seconds after breaking stealth cause an additional 10% damage. That's pretty nice. Okay, so giving rogues a different path to go through if they want to choose going down the subtly talent chart instead of anything else. Sounds pretty dope. I like Shuriken Toss more than anything. I think this is pretty badass. Giving, I mean, this is basically almost like a Phantom Knives, right? Or am I wrong? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Rogue Mains, let me know. Let me know. Priest runes. I'm really excited for Shadow Priest. I hope Shadow Priest go pop off. Cast Mind Spike to blast your target with Shadow Frost damage and apply a debuff, which increases the critical strike chance of your next Mind Blast on that target. This debuff stacks up to 3 times. Wow. Interesting. 108 to 126. Increase the critical strike of Mind Blast target by 30%. Holy shit. As favorite from later expansions, Pain Suppression, I remember this, can be cast on a friendly target to significantly reduce their damage taken and increase their resistance to spell mechanics for a short time. Instantly reduce all damage taken by 40% and increase resistance to dispel mechanics by 65 for 8 seconds. This is nuts. Oh man, Priest getting some love. I actually love to see that because I dig the whole like Shadow Priest thing, and I personally would, if I had to level another class, I think I might do a Shadow Priest just for fun. With Invocation, when you refresh some of your damage over time effects while they have less than 6 seconds remaining, instant damage will be dealt to your target equal to 1 tick of the spell's periodic damage. So you no longer have to worry about refreshing your damage over time. Dot spells at the perfect moment. Wow. Giving Warlock some love. Okay, I like to see that. Not having to always refresh your dots. Really nice. Dance of Wicked will trigger a buff which increase you and your pet's dodge chance. Anytime either of you deal critical strike to an enemy, you also gain 2% of your maximum mana when this occurs. So Dance of the Wicked, you and your demon pet get basically the critical strike chance each time you deal critical strike to an enemy, and also get 2% maximum mana. So I'm just engraving that into my head. That sounds pretty intriguing. That sounds pretty dope. I mean, especially gaining the dodge chance is nice. The mana is really nice. Equal to your critical strike chance each time you deal a critical strike to an enemy. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that one. Warlocks. Any warlocks out there? What do you guys think about Dance of the Wicked? It's kind of playing with my brain a little bit. I mean, I like the dodge. I think that's pretty dope. And getting the regen of the mana, but based on your crit strike chance. I think Invocation sounds a little bit more cooler on paper, but I don't know. Let me know. Mages. Let's shine on mages. Let's see what we're doing here. Missile Barrage. Give your Arcane Blast, Fireball, and Frostbolt spells chance to reduce the channel duration of your next Arcane Missile spells by half. They really want Arcane to pop off this phase, huh? Reduce its mana cost to 0 and cause missiles to fire every 0.5 seconds. Holy shit. That sounds pretty disgusting. Chronostatic Preservation is a great new spell that allows you to store some of your Arcane, Fire, and Frost energy for later use. You can only hold this energy for a short time before it combusts and expires, but you can use this energy to heal a friendly target. Oh, so this is a heal. When unleash, heal friendly target for up to 998. The spell is considered Arcane Fire and Frost for interactions with other spells, talents, and effects. Holy shit! Wow, they're really going down this mage fantasy of healing. And honestly, mage healers are pretty fun in phase 1. I really enjoyed some of these mage healers. Having the ability to heal and just do damage at the same time, it's pretty sick. Dope little hybrid. Shamans, my least known class that I know about, but let's go over it. Shaman Runes, Maelstrom Weapon. Cause damage dealt with melee attacks to have a chance to reduce the cast time of your next Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, Lesser Healing Wave, Chain Heal, or Lava Burst by 20% of the spell. The cast time reduction can stack up to 5 times. Holy fuck. That just sounds nuts. That sounds actually scary. Wow. And we got 3 things going on. Spear of the Alpha is the almost opposite of Blessing of Salvation. Okay. Cast 30-minute buff on a friendly target. Increased threat generated by the target. Okay. Infuse the target with a Spear of the Alpha Wolf, increasing all threat generated by 40% for 30 minutes. Eliminate 1 target. So I guess you would slap this on your main tank pretty much, so he gets more threat. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's basically giving the main tank or off tank, whoever you want to hold, maintain more aggro. That's pretty interesting. I like that. And then we got 2-hand mastery. While still shamans choose to battle with 1 weapon in each hand, others prefer to hand out devastating blows with 2-hand weapon. If dealing damage with 2-hand weapons is your playstyle, then you will want to pick up the 2-hand mastery. Each time you strike an enemy with a 2-hand weapon, you gain 30% increased attack speed with this weapon for 10 seconds. Wow. So they really want to go down the 2-hand fantasy with shamans. I like this. Really cool. Okay. Finally, on to our PvP stuff. On to the stuff we've been wanting to talk about because I'm really excited about this Blood Moon shit. So, with Phase 2 of Season Discovery, we're introducing a new PvP event called the Blood Moon. This new event brings up... Oh my gosh. Tello? I'm stuttering again. Is it a water break? Hold on. Hydration Nation by Poland Spring. Oh my gosh. We're introducing a new PvP event called the Blood Moon. This new event brings with it a bit of mayhem to Stranglethorn Vale, and the Blood Moon will shine above the zone, casting an eerie red fog on the area. Building on what we have learned from Ashenvale PvP in Phase 1, we have created this event to occur on more predictable timetables so players can plan from when they want to take part of the event, pretty much. It's a 30-minute event, happens every 3 hours. Very cool. During this event, killing players will allow you to earn currency, which can be traded with various rewards. While you can still group your allies for the event, Blood Moon is a harsh mistress and will punish those in raid groups. Wow. For those who would rather live in peace and harmony with the land, you can opt out of the event by speaking with the Zandalari emissary. You will not be able to earn any rewards from the event if you opt out, and general and PvP rules will still apply. Unlike the Ashenvale PvP event, there will be no PvP objectives. There will not be any PvP objectives in Stranglethorn Vale's event. You will also need to keep a sharp eye out for the Chosen of the Blood Loa, who is more than a force to be reckoned with and will kill all in their path. Wow, interesting. So it almost sounds like there's like a world boss in here or something. PvP rewards. If you're looking to spend your currency on new rewards, you'll be able to seek out the merchant just outside the Gurubashi arena. I think that's more south going towards the Booty Bay area, I believe, that one big-ass arena. Players will be able to earn new class-specific item rewards. So we got an Ember Blood Seal. Looks like unique equipped Blood Moon. Get 9 Stam 6 intellect and fire spells and effects up to 16. Wow, that's gonna be juicy for mages. Saint Joan Skull Crusher. It's a 1 hand, 10 strength, 6 agility mace. That seems really nice for like tank and spank. That seems pretty dope. Or maybe even just be if you're using it for Fury or some shit. I mean, this seems really good. This is Warrior, right, Prio? 2 new mounts. I want the Raptor. We don't need to talk about that anymore. I just want the Raptor. It's okay. Give me the Raptor. 2 new faction agnostic mount players will be able to acquire by purchasing the event. These level 40 mounts also have new appearances. There are also quests which will help you earn a Rathi base and a reputation. This event will not have associated world buffs. I hope we can get this Raptor because they're showing gnomes on both of them. So let's see. We'll see what happens. Unless that's Alliance, that's Horde. That would suck because I really want that Raptor. Anywho, PvP updates. Additional adjustments are coming to matchmaking. That's what I love to hear. Guys, let's fix these 10-mans, please. Let's fix the situation, because, let's be honest, alright? Let's be honest here. PvP, Warsong Gold kind of sucks. Sorry. It really does. It's not fun. Sorry. It's just not fun. I'm just going to say it. That's how it is. Maybe it would be fun if it wasn't 10-mans, but overall, it gets a little boring. I think, Arathi Basin, Alterac Valley, much better than them. Probably Basin being the best one, right? Anywho, let's move on. While we understand this can be frustrating for solo players to match against pre-made groups, we want to be careful about impacting queues. To address this, we are implementing 2 changes. Players in groups of 5 or fewer will have a higher chance to match up against groups of 5 or fewer. Likewise, if you're in a group of 6 or more, you will have a higher chance to match up with groups of 6 or more. This will help aid in matchmaking more pre-made groups with pre-made groups or non-pre-mades with non-pre-mades when possible. To account for the potential to create longer queues with this updated matchmaking system, pretty much, the system will ignore these rules after a period of time should we start seeing these queues get impacted, pretty much, so that it'll start ignoring the rules. Interesting. This will then match you with the first available so you can get in and play without waiting too much longer. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's really hard to stop pre-mates. It's just something that's been kind of always been a part of WoW. It's been a bitch, for sure, and it's not fun. But I would recommend just grouping up with some people. You know, either way, getting into a group of 5 at least, and then just going from there. That's the best thing I can recommend. And maybe getting into a group of 5 would get you into more successful pre-mates rather than get a group of 6 or some shit. It's up to you, though. You know, do your thing. Ashenville updates. Ashenville will be moving to a 3-hour timer as well with Phase 2. The weekly quest world buff will not apply to players after level 39. Okay, so after level 39, it's completely pointless. So this buff will no longer work in Gnomer, basically is what they're saying. The buff will not apply to players after level 39. So if you're before 39, you're going into BFD. If you're going to bang out some BFDs and you want this buff, then you should do it. If you want to do any more BFDs, probably for the staff or something, or an epic in there, whatever you want, but it's up to you at that point. I would say probably just the staff, right? Maybe some other pieces, who knows. Profession updates. As the positive reception to Profession's Season Discovery Phase 1, we are building and expanding on it significantly for Phase 2. Players will be able to discover approximately 20 new recipes across all non-gathering professions. The included recipes for alchemy, enchanting, and engineering, along with leatherworking, tailoring, and blacksmithing. Profession Capsule 225 in Phase 2 and Profession Specializations will open later in Season Discovery Phase 3. Wow. Just like in Phase 1, players will be able to make will be able to undertake an epic quest chain to unlock access. No spoilers though. Recipes will also include some new materials that players will be able to find throughout the game and trade with other players to get items they need most to craft their wares. Here are just some recipes you will find. So we got leatherwork in 225, really nice male epic hood, proof chance to attack, engage the radiation mitigation protocols in this helmet, causing you to immediately remove all active poison effects and gain immunity to all nature damage for 3 seconds, 10-minute cooldown. Sounds really juicy, liking all these stats that I'm seeing on this male piece, not gonna lie. For leatherworking, tailoring, 10 stamina, 11 intellect, increase damage and healing up to 22, restore 4 for mana per 5 seconds, 4 mana per 5 seconds, and then harness the lane arcane energy in the nearby air to give you charge inspiration, reduce the mana cost of all spells by 50%, increase damage and healing done by up to 50 for 12 seconds. Holy shit! This sounds fucking nuts compared to this. I mean, these stats are juicy, but this sounds pretty nutty. You're basically getting, what, 72? Up to 72 increased healing and damage done? Wow. Fucking crazy. Plate. 14 stamina, 15 intellect. Increased damage damage and healing done by magical spells up to 21. Okay. And gain reinforced willpower, preventing silence, interruption effects, and spell pushback for 10 seconds. Whoa. Whoa. That kind of sounds nutty. That sounds like it's good in PvP. And correct me if I'm wrong. That little thing sounds like it's juicy in PvP. I know we can wear plate at 40, especially paladins, right? And warriors. But that sounds pretty juicy. I like both of them, don't get me wrong. I think this one's probably the best one. But I don't know, this kind of sounds nuts. Maybe I'm fucking dreaming. Who knows? But tell me I'm wrong. Alchemists and enchanters will find a couple of new recipes, which can bring more utility and throughput into their own gameplay, rather than simply creating things that they can use and sell to make a little extra gold. Here are just a couple of examples. Just a couple, by the way. Enchanted Sigil Innovation. Gain an Enchanted Sigil of Innovation, empowering you to deal up to 20%, or it's not percent, it's 20, just flat 20, raw. 20 increased damage and healing with spells, and increasing attack power by 20 for 30 minutes. Wow. That sounds juicy. I like that. I'm like what I'm hearing right now. I love what I'm hearing. This is fucking amazing. Recipe: mildly irradiated rejuvenation potion. Restore up to 262 to 438 mana and 340 to 460 health. Also increases attack power by 40 and damage done by all spells by 35 for 15 seconds. Wow. This sounds sick. Side effects can include dizziness, dry mouth, fatigue, lack of appetite, accumulation, poison, mutilation, and death. Mutation and death. Wait, am I going to get popped from this? Hold on a minute. Either way, this sounds pretty dope. These sound cool. And honestly, it does give some love to, like, alchemists and enchanters, because the profession of, like, just doing that can get a little boring. You're just selling shit all the time. I mean, unless you obviously like selling and making gold. We all love making gold, but, it gives a little spice to those professions, and I like that. That's some dope quality of life updates for professions, making them more interactive with cooler things to make, adding doper items to the fucking profession table so we can make some cool new things overall for all types of, like, professions overall, right? So let's move on. No more GDKP runs. Wow. We are experimenting with a new policy which will no longer allow GDKP runs in Season Discovery. While we understand there are some benefits for those who find this a convenient way to gain gear, we also recognize that there are concerns surrounding the erosion of traditional guild and social structures that are part of the spirit of Season Discovery. Given the experimental nature of Season Discovery, we want to try things without this type of transaction taking place in this game mode. With the launch on February 8th, we will be restricting this activity. We will have more information to share on our official channels and will be monitoring feedback closely. Honestly, good. Get fucked. GDKPers, get fucked, bro. I'm sorry, dude. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, okay? I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 with you. This makes WoW great again. Okay, I'm being honest with you. This makes WoW great again. Nobody wants to fucking buy gear, okay? If you're the casual players, like my guild is, we don't want to fucking buy gear with gold, dude. People don't have the time and patience and money to always grind gold. And that's majority of the WoW player base, right? That's not the very few, right? There's some people I know that are doing GDKPs, and I don't hate them for it. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate people who do it. But get fucked is what I'm trying to say. Because at the end of the day, this is not how the game's supposed to be played. I've been in several GDKPs in TBC. I've been in GDKPs in WoW in general, in RAF. It's a boring ass experience. You're just buying your pieces, you move on, you log back in a week just to see your parses and numbers. It's boring as shit. Having something drop genuinely, and that item drops and you see a friend of yours get it or yourself, is much more rewarding than fucking doing a GDKP just because you want to like get the items to your buds first and screw everybody over else on loot who are participating in the raid with you, who don't have that much gold, but they're doing a good job in the raid, performing, giving you the numbers, providing the proper heals, doing the proper tanking, giving good damage. Maybe they don't have the money to do that stuff, and they just want to get a genuine shot at loot. That's why you get some friends. You make yourself a guild. You get 5 or 10 buddies, and you play the game together, and you main spec off spec. You do the regular classic guild shit. All right. So no more bitch shit. I respect it. I respect it. So forgive me. Sculpt me, fucking try to decapitate me or fucking scoundrel me in the comments if you will. All right? But I'm pretty fucking happy about that. But besides that, it's not too late to join Season Discovery. We'll be implementing a 50% experience buff for players between level 1 and 25. Players will also see experience gain within Black Phantom Deeps. Raid dungeon when it's cleared. The raid dungeon will still continue to run with the current lockout timer. Players will no longer receive the world buff beyond level 39. However, waylaid supplies will also see adjustments. We'll share more later on, but there will be significant increase experience and gain from turning those in. Thank you for reading and watching. We look forward to joining you in the challenges ahead. And Phase 2 goes live on February 8th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I'm pretty excited. Guys, that was a lot of talking. Where are we at? 37 minutes? I can't fucking speak no more, bro. I can't speak no more. Boys, I'm choking up. Anywho, what do you guys think about that? Do you think these were dope announcements? I'm pretty excited about all this overall. This is amazing news. We'll put some timestamps in the video below that you guys can just click and go through. Forgive me for the little micro adjustment issues. We're not going to edit those out. Maybe we might edit one thing out in particular because I think the video fucked up at one point. So we'll have that edited and fix that towards the end. However, thank you guys for stopping on by. It's been a couple days since I put out a video, so we'll try to get back on the routine. I think the next video we'll talk more about this paladin and stuff and try to dive a little bit deeper into this, see what else they might be putting out, and see if paladins will still be viable in Phase 2, because I have some buds of mine who are concerned about playing paladin in Phase 2 compared to other classes. At the end of the day, play the class you want to play. That's a topic for another discussion at another time. However, I love you guys. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you on the damn next one. Peace.